All right, so behind me we have our new 2022 Super Duty F350 Platinum, and this has been a dream truck for me for a very long time. You guys watched the last video where we revealed this truck. It was a very exciting moment for me, and I gotta say, it still is. I mean, this truck is awesome. I mean, the engine, you can't beat it. If you do not believe me, go drive one of these things. They are absolutely amazing. It is a hot rod in a usable truck that you can tow fifth wheels with. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. But if you guys saw the title of the video, you probably know that we currently have just over 300 miles on this truck. And when this problem occurred, we were still in the 200-mile range, I would imagine. I was in denial for a little bit because I was kind of like, maybe it's just a hiccup, maybe something will work itself out. And I'm just going to say this, it's not that big of a deal, but it is the first time I'm going to have to take this truck to the dealership for repair in my ownership experience, and this is the first vehicle I've ever had that with this low of mileage that needed to go back for something not working. So we're going to get into that in just a minute. So first of all, we're just going to do a quick overview on this truck. If you guys didn't watch the last episode where we revealed this as our new channel truck, in addition to the Ram Rebel that's up there, we do have our 2022 brand new F350 Platinum. I love this grille. This front end is money. I mean, I've never seen a Super Duty that looked as good as this truck, and this really sold me is this Platinum grille. The way the tow hooks are, everything except for the snowplow, which we might be doing something about later. But I really like the way the headlights are, the LED headlights, the way that everything isn't as boxy as originally when these trucks came out. They kind of curved some things out and gave it an awesome look, and I really like the way that this all turned out. Over here on our side profile, we do have the Platinum wheels, which are 20s, and I mean, for most people, they're probably totally fine, but you know how we do things around here. We don't leave anything stock, and really wheels is kind of the first thing that kind of transforms your truck into your own truck, and it doesn't look like something that was just parked at the dealership, and makes it a little bit more unique. And I think we've got something on the way for that, so definitely stay tuned for a wheel reveal on this truck. I do have that in the works. Also, the tires, I mean, this is a towing tire. It's not very super aggressive. I mean, we have the FX4 package, so these are what they call an all-terrain tread or whatever. They're Michelin's, they're a good quality tire, but this is probably something that I may just use for towing or winter, something like that. I want to get something a little bit more unique for this truck and maybe a little bit more aggressive. Also, the offset on these is, well, as you can see, as we go to the back of the truck, they disappear, which is what they have to do, being the factory's not going to have wheels that stick out. That's not what they do. So this will appeal to pretty much anybody who wants to buy this truck. I mean, if you're 80 years old and you want to tow your camper, they would probably just leave this exactly the way it is. I'm not 80 years old, so we're going to be doing something different with this, definitely. And I don't even know everything that I'm going to do yet, because everything just kind of, it builds in your mind, and you look at the truck and you're like, how am I going to make this happen? And then you scour the internet and try to figure out all the different things that maybe you want to add to this truck, and we do have a few things in the works already. Now, being that they did go to the aluminum body, this cab is actually the same size as what's on the F150. So if you have a F150, is obviously a little bit smaller than a Super Duty. They had to kind of narrow up the Super Duty just for that cab to fit and be proportional and all that. So one thing I do notice about these trucks, if you look at them from the back, they kind of look a little narrow, especially with those tires that are stuck in and all that kind of thing. Kind of looks like a little bit more of a boxy profile, and it's not super big truck aggressive. And the dualies look really good because they have the hips that come out for your dual wheels, and they look a lot more proportional. But I think with a wheel and tire package with a little more of an offset, you're really going to change that look and give this thing a little bit more girth. Stepping on into the interior, we do have the dark Marsala, and I absolutely love it. Everybody I've shown this truck to, they look at the outside and they're like, okay, yeah, Platinum looks nice. They open the interior and then they get the wow. They're like, whoa, look at this. And this, I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but it's almost like a reddish brown. It's not really brown. It's more of that nice red deep tone. And I absolutely love the way this interior is. I would get it every single time. I mean, the black is nice, but it kind of mutes everything, and it's kind of basic. It's more something that this makes you feel a little bit more special. That's probably the best way I can put it. And up here in the front, we do have our dark Marsala going through everything in here as well, with our nice gray accents in the seats. And these seats are super nice. They're super comfortable, and in the Platinum you get the really soft, nice leather, and that's not something that I've heard you get in the Lariat. The Lariat has a different type of leather, and the salesman said if you're going to option up a truck, you might as well get a Platinum, because this leather on these seats is definitely worth a little bit of extra money. And over here you can see we do have our 12-inch screen, and for getting a 22, the screen is definitely worth it, because the other one is just, it's a little bit too small. In my opinion, if you're gonna get one of these trucks, you probably want to end up getting that screen. It's so much easier to use. It's bigger, it's got a nice display, your cameras are bigger, everything, all that kind of stuff. All of your displays are just that much more in your face, and I absolutely love that. So if you're into big tech screens, all that kind of stuff, you definitely want to get one of these. Also with the Platinum, you do get these bezels, and I'm not sure if these are aluminum. I think they might be, but they are like kind of a brushed look, and I mean they do feel like they are actual aluminum because they're kind of cold to the touch, and I think they probably are. You do not get them here on the door handles. I think this is more what a Lariat has, and then with the Platinum you get these all across the dash, all around the screen and all that kind of stuff, and on the steering wheel. And I'm telling you, when you're driving this truck, you feel that little bit of coldness around those buttons, and it just makes it feel a whole lot more high end. And I really wish they would have done something with that stock, because, well, I mean, I think I've said this before, but that stock is the exact same one for the shifter that you're going to get on every single truck, from the XL all the way up to the Limited. So if they would have done something with that, I think it would have been a real home run on this dash. So we go over to the driver's side. We do have our all-weather mats, and you can see the all-weather mat falls a little short up here. You can see there's a little bit of kind of dirt and whatever just falls off your shoe from the gas pedal. It would be nice if this mat went up a little bit more, but just expect that if you do get the all-weather mats from Ford, they do not go up all the way. You might want to go with WeatherTechs, but the problem with the WeatherTechs is they do cover this part of the Platinum. You might have to trim them a little bit, so just kind of if you want to do one or the other. Another thing with getting the Platinum over the Lariat or the King Ranch, which, I mean, if you price them all out, they are very similar in price, a couple $1,000s difference. You might as well just go with the Platinum in my opinion. But you can see down here, we do have this little button in the middle. So these seats are heated and cooled, and the little button in the middle is massaging. And on the King Ranch is now an option. So if you're ordering one, make sure you click the box if you want massage seats, because they don't all come with them anymore. And it's definitely something you want. It's definitely something I really wanted. And that is the one thing that on the driver's side no longer works on our brand new truck that I've had for 1 week, and has, well, let's see if we can get the mileage up here for you guys. Might have to open and close the door. Don't take my word for it. Right down there we have 368.7 miles. So not even 400 miles now, but this hasn't worked for the last 200 probably. Even when I made my last video, it wasn't working right. And to be honest, I was kind of in denial. I was like, well, you turn it on and you kind of feel a little bit in your back, but the big rollers on the bottom of the seat, you guys, if you've ever been in one of these and tried the massage seats, you really know the difference, because when you put it on full recovery and it really gets some pressure going, pushes on your back real hard, and has rollers on the bottom of the seat and all that kind of stuff, it really gets a good massage going. And the passenger side works perfect, so no problem there. Wife's happy, she's got her massage. Me, who drives this truck all the time, my massage is barely on at all. So I've checked the plugs under the seat. There is a module under there, and I'm not sure if it needs like maybe a reboot or something. The motor maybe is unplugged, or a wire and a pin, a connector, or something like that. I mean, obviously they're probably limited on the amount of people working in the factories right now. I'm not entirely sure how all that's going, but I know that production's slow with everything in the world right now. So that's my first 2022 issue with this truck. It's not the end of the world. It is very first world problems, but if you paid for a massaging seat, it should work. And we are taking it to the dealership and get that all sorted out, and I will be updating you guys on that. So if you have had that issue, definitely drop in the comments if there's any kind of fixes or anything like that you've seen from your dealer. But that is the first issue that we've had with this truck. I just wanted to share it with you guys. So we do have our first mod coming up very, very soon. Actually have it up in the house, and I'm going to be putting it on this truck but for me, it's probably one of the first things that you want to do to this truck. I ordered this the second that I got it home because it popped into my mind as the first thing to do to this truck. So we will have that video coming up very, very soon. This one, I just kind of want to do a little quick 1 week overview for you guys and show you basically what I'm dealing with our first problem, which is unfortunate, but it is to be expected. It's a new vehicle. Things can happen, and that's just the way it is. All in all, I am very, very satisfied with this truck so far. It is super fun to drive, and all you guys out there who have them, you know exactly what I mean. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep that hammer down. And almost forgot. So, if you guys made it to the end of the video, to this point in the video, I hate that 2 honk, by the way. If you made it to the end of the video, drop blue oval in the comments so I can see that you guys made it all the way this far. And then, yeah, I like to interact with you guys. So interact with me in the comment section. I'll try to get to your comment, and whatever you want to ask or anything like that about this truck, or whether I made a big mistake by buying a Ford, definitely drop that in the comments as well.